Okay, now the mini vacation is over. So my plane arrived. It's going to be departing at 6. That's not it, but it's Delta. Okay. All right, we're up in the air. Left on time. I've had good luck with Delta. I used to do the Spirit Airlines, but not so much anymore, if at all. Beware of the bag charges, the carry-on bag charges. Okay, well, get a look at the at a freeway here. Everything looks like they're ants from way up here, 32,000 feet or something. It was great. They had a monitor in the seat, and you could actually check the speed and your exact positioning. It was like, wow, they had a lot of info on that. It was like the GPS kind of deal. But yeah, this is the Florida coastline, and then out here would be the Everglades. So that's interesting. You can distinctly make that out, certainly with the lights. All right, here's that like GPS thing. I didn't figure it out till I was somewhere above Ohio, but that's the approach. It's got the ground speed 431. I think when it was going good it was close to 600, but now we're slowing down. 62 miles to the airport. Gives you the longitude and latitude. And I'll get a quick glimpse here of downtown Detroit. We're down to 10,000 feet now. 307 miles an hour. Okay, here we go. You should recognize that. The Ambassador Bridge and the Straits of Detroit. There's the global headquarters for General Motors. Kind of Grand River emanating there, going to the bottom left of your screen. There it is, the metropolis. Okay, 3 minutes, 145. I'm keeping track. 3 miles. Okay, here we go. Okay, postcards to Santa. This was where the mailbox was. I had been looking for it. There it was. Okay, and then a piano that plays by itself. Yeah, we need one of those trams to take us downtown. You know, some kind of transportation to take us from the airport to downtown would be sweet. We have to work on that. Anyways, I'd like to thank my parents for, hosting that mini vacation. I always have a great time, and they spoil me rotten. But I showed Southern Florida. Now I'm back in the Detroit area, Dearborn to be precise. The hometown of Henry Ford, and this is the new train station. And nearby, they have a great smokestack, part of the Ford Motor Company. So it's going to be a train this time, and it's going to be the Wolverine, number 351. I'm going to hop on board and take this to Chicago. It's going to be like a family show. My sister, who grew up in Dearborn, but she's since moved to Chicago, and I visit her every now and then, and she invited me for Christmas, so Gonna do the Chicago thing, so I'll be out of town here again. Trains rock, but they mainly roll actually. But and it's a nice smooth ride. Track 2 over yonder, they'll have that thing where you can take the train and go to Greenville Village directly. Another look at the smokestack, but it's travel by night here, so it doesn't show up so well here. Looking out the window, there's the Loop, downtown Chicago. So this is early Saturday morning. And Ann Arbor, you got the... I'm using my smartphone now, if for nothing else, it'll give me updates on the weather. Action Jackson. Yeah, it was foggy, actually, the whole weekend. It's so nice, though, in the winter time when the sun shines. It really brightens things up. But this whole Christmas weekend was gloomy like this. It's like, wow. But that happens sometimes. Okay, so there's a look at Jackson. Now a nice... And here's the train as it rounds the bend. Okay, this would be Battle Creek because of the Post, the cereal capital of the world. And the train was almost totally full. Okay, here's like halfway point here. Detroit's 142 to the left, but we're going to Chicago, so 138 more miles as the train rolls. Not as the crow flies. That would be even less. Here, Kalamazoo, Western Michigan, they're just west of the downtown area, but the train goes right by, and here's the stadium. Now, they had a perfect year, 13-0, and they're going into their bowl game. I don't even know how that turned out. Okay, coming up on Chicago now, and they put up some boats over here. Gonna pull into Union Station. Actually pretty much on time. It was amazing. That was great. Okay, the Great Hall, that's the area you have to see. Here, look at the Amtrak system. And Detroit's not too connected or that well connected. Chicago is very well connected. Certainly they're like the rail capital of the U.S. They're kind of centrally located, and anything going out west seems to make their stop through there. This would be a great run to go through the Rockies and then end up in the Bay Area here, and then maybe take it north and then take the train back from Montana back through Minnesota, Wisconsin. I was thinking about a loop, taking 2 weeks or something like that and doing the train ride, because I kind of like the trains. Enjoy the journey. And yes, leave the rolling to them. I left the car in the driveway. Now here's the Great Hall, and they refurbished it. You think of the Michigan Central Depot and our Great White Elephant in Detroit, and you think of the possibilities. the Polar Express. They had that here. Amazing. And so it's a great time for families and the kids and so forth. It's a special train ride. I'm not sure how it all works out. Probably nowadays, if you Google it, it'll tell you everything. Okay, I'm in the West Loop. Thought it would say Chicago, but I'm in the West Loop area. So they got a lot of tall buildings in Chicago. Here, the Civic Opera Building. And then, this was interesting, caution falling ice. So I don't know, are you supposed to look up and look for the ice as it crashes down, or is that just to alleviate them from liability? I would suspect the latter, but here the loop is above me. Dearborn, so it kind of has a little bit of a Michigan influence here, or some connection. I don't know what. Well, I think the guy's name was Dearborn, but interesting. So you can rent the bikes, and then, well, the Chicago Public Library, this is unbelievable. Well, as usual, I leave Christmas shopping to the last minute. I kid around that I'm a shopping fanatic and I love shopping, but I actually don't. It scares me. I just put it off, and it's one of the worst things I do with procrastination is shopping. I put that off to the last minute. So, of course, here on December 24th, I'm pretty much doing that. So, look at the street lights. And there's some drummer action here, so I got to check this. That was the millennial version of the Drummer Boys and a competing group across the street. I'll have to swing around and catch them, but the Chicago Theater and the Cubs did it this year. It's so window displays. This is fun. Typewriter company. That was kind of neat because that's old school. Some things, are outdated now. Certainly the typewriter had its heyday a while back. Okay, welcome them to Crinkle, a German festival, well attended. It was fun. My sister told me about it. So it was neat. I had to do some shopping, and so check that out, and there the train. The L, short for elevated. But they have transit system in Chicago. How cool is that?